Can I put some questions to you before?
Of course, yeah.
I mentioned this one now because actually you were talking about all sorts of resources, and Bob has said, how do you keep track of how you're performing in the 6 categories, and are you a fan of wearables of any sort?
So I keep track, I suppose, mainly through through a range of different things, but I think one of the things that often is underplayed is actually how you feel, and actually paying attention to how your body feels when it's dehydrated and how it feels when it's hydrated, how it feels when you breathe right and when you don't breathe right, because we all do it, we all breath hold when we're a bit stressed or anxious or, whatever. We all have weeks when we don't exercise, we under-exercise, or sometimes we over-exercise. And I think a lot of it is getting more and more familiar and aware and in touch with your body. I think that's a really important skill that we tend to have lost, and the wearables can help with that, but they can also hinder. If you become so focused on what the wearable says that you're not paying attention to your body, that can be a problem.
There is a lot of evidence that suggests that the ability of wearable devices to accurately or correctly assess, for example, the quality of your sleep is very, very limited indeed, isn't it?
Yeah. One of my friends who works with Justin Rose and a lot of the elite golfers, he developed a HRT technology, HRV technology, heart rate variability, and he really delved into it in a lot of depth, and it was all kind of instigated from looking at HRV for his master's degree. Yeah. And basically, he said none of the technology that looks at HRV is reliable unless it's using a polar heart rate monitor or something over the heart. Everything that's on the hand or the wrist or the fingers or whatever is not very viable. It might give you something, but its accuracy is very questionable.
What about then the accuracy of, say, my bathroom scales tell me the extent of my visceral fat. I have no idea how they measure that, and I refuse to look at it in case I get scared. But are those sort of things accurate? It's probably something you've got a personal interest in.
Yeah. So I've got a set of scales that do that, so it's bioelectrical impedance, and it's notoriously inaccurate because it varies massively depending on your state of hydration. So the way you get around that is by being consistent with your hydration and taking the measurement at the same time each day and getting an average across a period of time. And then the bioelectrical impedance is actually very good.
Okay.
So I always do it first thing in the morning. I make my coffee, go for a pee, don't drink the coffee yet, go and weigh on the scales, get my measurement, and now I know, and I do the same each morning when I am measuring it. That's variable.